For years, Iran has been described as a pressure cooker. Sanctions from outside, control from above, anger building inside. And now that pressure cooker is starting to shake. Cities are on edge, streets are filled with protesters, the internet has gone dark. Some are asking, is this just another protest cycle or is Iran facing its most dangerous moment in decades? Because what's happening right now, it's just not about Iran. It's about power, legitimacy, and what happens when systems begins to crack. Let's understand the story of Iran in this episode of the Iblis Side. To understand today's unrest, you need to look beyond slogans. Iran's economy has been suffocating for years. Sanctions cut off oil revenue, the currency collapsed, inflation surged, making food, fuel, and rent unaffordable. For ordinary Iranians, life became a daily calculations. What can we still afford? What do we give up next? But economic pain alone cannot bring millions of people to streets. This time, it changed who is protesting. This time, it was not just students or activists, it was shopkeepers, workers, middle class families. When protest crosses the class line, governments worry. As demonstrations spread across Tehran and other major cities in Iran, the message evolved. What started as anger over prices turned into rage over control. Crowds grew larger, security forces responded harder, and clashes became deadly. Rights group reported hundreds killed, thousands detained, and many more disappeared into prisons. And then came a very familiar move. The internet went dark. In modern day protest, internet shutting down is a form of government confession. It says we are afraid of coordination, visibility, and momentum. Iran has used these kind of tactics before, but never at this scale. Here's the paradox that Iran's leadership faces. Crackdown too soft and the protest spread. Crackdown too hard and the legitimacy collapses. The Islamic Republic was built on revolutionary ideals, but today it survives through enforcement. And that creates a very dangerous question. If fear is the only glue holding the system together, what happens when fear stops working? This is why Iran's leaderships frame the unrest as foreign conspiracy, blaming the US, Israel, Western intelligence, because admitting domestic failure is far more dangerous. Iran is not just another country in crisis, it sits at the heart of Middle East. It influences Iraq, backs Hezbollah in Lebanon, supports groups in Syria and Yemen, and controls access near Strait of Hormuz, where a large share of world's oil passes. And any instability in Iran ripples outwards. That is why Washington is watching very carefully, issuing warnings, avoiding direct moves but keeping options open. And Tehran has passed its own message. Any foreign intervention would be met with retaliation. This is how domestic unrest becomes geopolitical flashpoint. Iran has seen protests before in 2009, 17, 19, 22, but something feels different right now. The economic buffer is gone. The population is younger, less patient, and the state is spending more energy in controlling the dissent than fixing the problems. At the same time, Iran's regional commitment stretch its resources thin. When internal pressure meets external overreaches, the system does not collapse overnight. It fractures quietly, unevenly, unexpectedly. There are three possible paths ahead. One, the state crushes the protest and restores control temporarily. Two, unrest simmers, erupts again, and becomes permanent instability. And three, internal fractures deepen within elites, security forces, or institutions. Which path Iran chooses, nobody knows right now. But history tells us this, that when protests comes again and again, that means the problem was never solved, only postponed. What's happening in Iran isn't just a crisis, it's a test of how long a system can survive without consent, of how much pressure a society can absorb, and whether control alone is enough to rule a modern nation. Iran's streets may be quiet tomorrow or louder, but one thing is clear, this story is far from over. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you enjoy watching our content, please do subscribe to the channel because we are going to break down geopolitics and economics in a way that makes sense for all of us. See you in the next one soon. Till then, stay happy, stay diplomatic. This is Dev this side signing off. Peace.